Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about why our unicorn spirit guides can connect to us very intimately and very easily through nature. Now, first of all, let's talk about the power of nature, right? Or maybe the impact of nature. Maybe power is not the right word when we're talking about nature in itself. When we are in nature, when we are very close to trees, plants, shrubs, even dead trees and plants, including barks, we, in a way, leave away our human problems in our human world. And when we step into nature, nature allows us, the trees, the plants, the water, the stones, the snails, even the ants that crawl around in nature, they allow us to recognize the truth. And this truth could be the truth about your day, your problems, your solutions, anything and everything. And depending on how receptive and how sort of acknowledging and embracing you are of nature, you can receive that much as well. And you might wonder, or you might believe that trees and plants can't really solve our problems, but they can. And unicorns especially recognize that. They recognize that nature can be a bridge to connect the unicorn realm, the realm of angels, and human beings. It's something in the material, physical, tangible reality that we can access to connect to unicorns, and unicorns can access to connect with us. And it's beautiful because it's simple, it's easy to access, you can find it everywhere. You don't have to really invest to find nature. You just have to step out of your house and you'll find a tree, a plant, at least a potted plant for sure, right? So you can use that to connect to your unicorn spirit guide. Now, why is it that unicorn spirit guides can connect to us easily in nature? Let's talk about that. Well, the first reason is because it gives them the opportunity to clear our energy field. So when we are close to a tree or a plant or a flower, our energy field is easy for them to access and easy for them to clear. And that's something that's very natural for them to do. You don't even have to ask them, and they'll do it for you. The second reason why a unicorn spirit guide can easily connect to you or talk to you when you're in nature, because as human beings, it is sort of, we are wired to think of nature as a source of disconnection from the human world, the human reality. So because we have that conditioning, when we step into nature, we automatically go into a zone of reflection or self-reflection, or just inquiring about what's happening in our life and what's happening with our goals, or what are our problems and solutions. And that zone of self-inquiry allows our unicorn guides to connect to us, come close to us, and help us receive answers. The third reason why a unicorn guide can connect to you when you're in nature is because unicorns enjoy nature. They love nature. They love how trees are, how plants are, flowers are, and they really place importance in what trees, plants, flowers have to give to human beings. And it is my belief that as unicorns, they have a mission to support the nature as a different sort of world, and they often utilize that purpose of theirs as angels to communicate to us, because they see it as a point of mutual connection but also mutual benefit between the plant or the tree world and the human world. The fourth reason why a unicorn guide can connect to you when you're in nature is because nature, trees, plants, flowers, make it easier for us to trust ourselves. Especially if you're somebody who's a highly sensitive person, energetically sensitive person, a psychic, an empath, you might be very tuned to receiving support from nature. You might be very automatic in functioning as a being when you are around nature to receive messages from your unicorn guides, because you, at a very deep, intimate level, can understand the bond nature, you and your unicorn guides have. So it might so happen that when you are close to a tree or a plant and you've asked a question to your unicorn guide maybe a day before in the morning and you weren't receiving the answer, and when you're close to a tree or a plant, you suddenly realize the answer or realize a solution for your problems. And that's because the tree or a plant that's around you is creating that support system, the environment for your unicorn guide to give you the message. Which is why your unicorn guide could be asking you or nudging you to go close to nature. The fifth reason why your unicorn guide can support you when you're in nature is because you might have a life path that is related to nature. And here I mean by either being a plant empath or a healer for plants and trees, or to receive messages from trees and plants. And a lot of times, our unicorn guides try to give us messages that connect us to our life path, our soul purpose, a business idea, something that we have to create in our tangible reality. So those are 5 reasons why unicorn guides connect to us through nature while we're in nature. Now, I'd like to share that I have received a lot of guidance while I have been in nature. I have connected to my tree guardian, understood about my tree healing gifts, understood about me being a tree empath, plant empath, and my extremely and outrageously intimate connection with nature, which I wasn't aware of for the first maybe 3 decades of my life. So, as somebody who has experienced a massive shift from going from a completely human world to a mixture of living both a life which involves the human world and nature now, I can assure you that our unicorn guides help us transition towards nature because they know it's a smart way to live, a more fuller way to live, but most importantly, a more softer way to live for us. So if you're somebody who's been grappling with a problem, especially if you're used to connecting to your unicorn guides quite consciously and you're having trouble receiving their messages, here's a reminder for you to step out in nature and ask your unicorn guide to connect you to a tree or a plant that can help you get your message. If you found this video to be helpful, you found it to be useful to a point that you've received your message, I'd appreciate it if you like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And I also have another channel called Tree Babble, where I speak about the power and the impact of nature, healing messages that you can receive from your tree guardians, the work that you can do with your tree guardians, connection to your tree guardians, and receiving Celtic Alder Tree Reiki energy from your Celtic Alder Tree Guide and mine. If you're interested to check that out, the link for that is in the description of this video. And I also have another channel on my name, Pranita/Rao, where I talk about how it is to be highly sensitive, how you can use intuitive abstract art, tools like Reiki, slow living, angelic healing to support yourself as a highly sensitive person. If you're interested to learn about that, the link for that is also in the description of this video. I'd love for you to make the best of the content that I provide on YouTube and otherwise as well. Lastly, if you're somebody who needs support to work with your unicorn guide one-on-one and you feel as you're at a point where you need extra information, you need extra guidance, or just a human being to support you on your journey, please use the link in my YouTube channel bio to book a private paid coaching call with me. I attend to clients globally, and I assure you that I'll be happy to respond to you. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope that you have a great day ahead, and I hope that you definitely step out in nature and connect with a unicorn spirit guide. Bye for now.